SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. Hey, another donation from Mr. Greg Symanski. Greg always wants me to rank albums, and I wrote Greg and I said, you know what, dude? I mean, just so everybody out there, you know, when you donate, you have to wait a while for your donations because there's so many, man. I mean, as I'm speaking now, I mean, not till the middle of next month is everything I have scheduled. So I said to Greg, you know what, man? I'm going to change it up a bit. Like, people that don't ask for track by tracks, and don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about people asking for track by track. Continue to do so. It's all cool. But it gets to the point where it's everyday track by track, you know? So what I want to do is I want to mix it up and not have everyday track by track, where you will probably have a track by track every day where I will put it up at noon, and then at 6 p.m. I put up something like this. When somebody requests, and Waylon, if you're watching, he asked for another song bracket, and this, what I'm going to do now, and Waylon's will be up like this week. You know, and every other track by track, you know, you will have 2 track by tracks a day, because that's so many to put up. And I already did just basically everything. You know, so everything is put up, and these are my last 2 I got to do for now for the donations, which is this ranking, and then I got to do Waylon's great song bracket. I enjoy doing these a lot because, you know, Greg asked me about bands I love, and so does Waylon. So these are the bands he wants me to rank, and this was the toughest one yet. Rush, AC/DC, Thin Lizzy, Rainbow, and Aerosmith. Oh, and I love these bands so much, and it was hard to put a couple over others, but I had to do it, man. Now, at the bottom, I'm going to say it's Aerosmith. And Greg also wants me to say, what is the worst Aerosmith album? Well, I can't really tell because I've heard so many bad things of Music of Another Dimension, or whatever it was called, the last one, that I never listened to it. But, you know, and I never really heard Just Put Play either till somebody made me do a track by track. So I would say that's the worst one I've heard so far, and Somar as well. So maybe Music from Another Dimension is worse. I don't know. But I would say Just Put Play. That rhymed. And then he wants me to put my 2 favorites. Now, this one has always been my favorite, but it has changed. Rocks has always been my favorite Aerosmith album, but that has changed, but I still love it. It's very close. It's like the hair on my head. That's how close it is to my favorite Aerosmith album now, but man, Combination, Nobody's Fault, Back in the Saddle, Licking a Promise, Get the Lead Out, Sick as a Dog, and I love the Home Tonight Ballad. Awesome. Now my favorite, if you have seen, I did an episode on it where I said, now this is my favorite. It's always been Rocks, but now it's Toys in the Attic. Now, yes, Walk This Way and Sweet Emotions kind of burnt out on a little bit, but I still love those songs. But man, what pushed it over the cliff was like stuff like, you know, like my second favorite Aerosmith song, No More, No More. And then there's Round and Round and Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Big 10 Inch, the title track, and the great ballad at the end of this too, You See Me Crying. Absolutely love this album, man. It's my favorite. All right, next. Man, this was hard to do, man. But I'm going to say the next one will be Rainbow. And as far as the worst Rainbow album, they have a perfect discography in my opinion. I think every album they did is great. Now, if I had to pick which one I would put at the bottom, but it's still amazing, is the last one. Strangers in Us All. I would put that at least, but it's a great album. It's not bad, it's just the one I put at the bottom. Now my top 2, and I'm telling you, I love the Joe Glenn Turner era, I love the Grant Bonner era, but the Dio era is my favorite. And number 2 would be Long Live Rock and Roll. Gates of Babylon, The Shed. Ooh, that song. title track, Lady of the Lake, which is kind of a rip-off of Wanton song. Listen to those two back to back. Led Zeppelin's Wanton song and Lady of the Lake. They're very similar. LA Connection, Gates of Babylon, my favorite on here. And I love Rainbow Eyes. What a beautiful ballad. But yeah, this is my favorite. And it's one of my favorite albums, period, of anybody. Which contains my favorite song of all time, Stargazer, Light in the Black, Tear It Woman, Run with the Wolf, Starstruck. Do you close your eyes? Not too crazy about that one, but the rest, Alright, oh man, it gets more torturous as I go up. This is bad. I hate doing this. I really hate, alright, yeah, I was saying, I almost forgot what's my worst, alright, God, this sucks doing this, it really does. But I'm going to say Thin Lizzy would be the next one. Should be higher, but man, Rush and AC/DC. And what would be my least favorite? And it's not that it's bad. And no, I'm not going to pick either one of those Eric Bell albums because I do like them quite a bit. I'm going to go with a very controversial pick. This will be my least favorite Thin Lizzy album, Chinatown, though it has its moments. I love, my favorite song on here is Sugar Blues. I like Killer on the Loose. We Will Be Strong, Chinatown, you know. But, you know, it is my least favorite. My second favorite, and this was tough too, picking what's my second favorite, because, man, I love Thunder and Lightning, I love Jailbreak, I love Fighting, Renegade. Renegade will probably be my third favorite. I love that album. Very, very scoffed at from Lizzy fans because of Snowy White and, you know, what have you. But my second favorite, Johnny the Fox, man. This album, you know, it drives me nuts how this album didn't do as well, and it's the follow-up to Jailbreak because, you know, they had the hit with Boys Are Back in Town and the title track did well. But man, the single to this, Don't Believe a Word, are you fucking kidding me? That song's way better, I mean more catchier, more radio friendly than those songs, and it didn't do much. It's crazy to think. But man, the song Borderline, man, that shit gives me chills. Johnny, Rocky, Jimmy the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed, Old Flame Massacre, though I do prefer the Live and Dangerous version. Boogie Woogie Dance I don't like. That's probably like the only one I don't like on here. But I dig it, man, Johnny the Fox. But my favorite, Black Rose, man. And there's not a bad song to be found on this album. I even love Sarah, the sappy little ballad about his daughter. Love it, man. And, you know, my favorite is the last track. You know, the Black Rose track and Waiting for an Alibi. Great, great tune. Got to Give It Up. Masterpiece. Do Anything You Want to Do. Toughest Street in Town. S&M. Bum, bum, bum. Bam, no, no, no. Do It Again. Get Out of Here. With Love. There's a video for With Love. And, you know, Do Anything You Want. And Waiting for Alibi. All have videos. Oh, and Sarah as well. My favorite Thin Lizzy album. Alright, now it's up to AC/DC and Rush. Which one? Boy, this is tough. I mean, it was tough putting it above Thin Lizzy. But putting either one of these bands above any one of them, it's tough, but you know what? I'm going to have to go with Rush. And my least favorite Rush album would be Hold Your Fire. I'm not a fan of Power Windows, or I don't even like Roll the Bones and Presto, but Hold the Fire. Ugh. I started getting into them again with Counterparts. That was good. And everything after was fine. Test for Echoes, Snakes and Ladders, and the last one's one of my favorites, Clockwork Angels. So my second favorite Rush album, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, not that tough. I would say a very close third would be Hemispheres. But my second favorite would be, and I know it's the box set version, this, Farewell to Kings. Xanadu, Cygnus X1. Whew. Closer to the Heart, Cinderella Man. Love it. Love, love, love. But my favorite, and I know it's not a popular opinion because a lot of people would say this one too. Well, most people would say Moving Pictures. You know, that would be the most popular one, which is an amazing album. I love that album. But I'm going with the other popular one to say, and yes, it's the box set version, 2112. A masterpiece. The whole side one, and Passage to Bangkok, Twilight Zone. I love that song. I love Lessons, Tears. Though I will say, I like Alice in Chains' cover to Tears more, and which is rare when a cover is better than the original song from a band I love. That's probably the only case I can think of. And Something for Nothing. My favorite Rush album, so obviously AC/DC is my favorite band out of this ranking, but it was a tough choice. You know, it really was. And the worst AC/DC album for me is very simple. Razor's Edge. I just don't like this album, man. I like Fire Your Guns, that's it. And look, I got the dollar bill that when I saw the Razor's Edge tour, when they were playing that song I don't like, Money Talks. But, yeah, the dollar bill is covering the songs. Thank you. Because I hate that album. I really do hate that album. No, I don't like Thunderstruck. Alright, my second favorite. Now this one was tough too. Picking my second favorite because, man, it's between this one and Let There Be Rock. And plus, I gotta say, you know, I'm talking about the Bond years. That's what's my favorite. If it was Brian Johnson, yeah, they'd probably be at the bottom. And I love the Brian Johnson. Don't get me wrong, I think Back in Black is a masterpiece. And I love For Those About to Rock. I love Flick of the Switch. You know, and I like the rest. Though Rock or Bust I really liked. And the last one. You know, I would put those, you know, up there over anything after Flick of the Switch. I would put those last two. But my second favorite, man, I wish I could have said Let There Be Rock. But no, I got to go with Highway to Hell, which has my favorite AC/DC song, Touch Too Much. But this whole album rules. When I was a kid, I wasn't too crazy about Get It Hot and If You Want Blood or Love Hungry Man. Now I love those songs because I wised up. Okay. And, but Night Prowler, Beating Around the Bush rips. Walk All Over Your Girls Got Rhythm title track. My favorite my second favorite AC/DC album. My favorite one's kind of predictable because I've said it a million times on my channel when I talk about AC/DC. Power Age, man. Not a bad song on here. And I got it the first time I bought it. You know, this one I had to get used to a little bit. This one hit me, bam. You know, it kicked me in the teeth again. Rock and Roll Damnation, Down Payment Blues, my second, my second favorite AC/DC song. Give Me a Bullet, Riff Raff, Sin City, What's Next to the Moon, Gone Shooting, Up to My Neck in You, and Kicked in the Teeth Again. My favorite AC/DC album. Now, the last thing Greg asked me to do is compare what's the better song. Jailbreak from Thin Lizzy. I should have pulled out that album. Or Jailbreak from AC/DC. Let me pull out the album, damn it. Ha! Yeah, I saw one of you out there saying he doesn't have it, he's a liar. What's better? What's the better song? They're both kick ass, don't get me wrong. And Greg, you said it's called 74 Jailbreak. No, that's the name of the EP. It's just called Jailbreak. I love them both, I really do. But you know what? I won't lose sleep over this. You know, I really do think that the AC/DC version's better. I think it fucking kicks ass. And I love the video. There's more than one video of that, in case you don't know. But I love the popular one when they're outside the jail and stuff. This would be my favorite Jailbreak song out of both of these. But I love this album too, even though I didn't mention it. You know, Angel from the Coast, Romeo and the Lonely, Running Back, Fight or Fall, Cowboy Song, Emerald. Fucking awesome album. Awesome band. So Greg, there you go, brother. That's my ranking of these albums, brah. And I thank you, my friend, for the donation, man. And I thank you for making me talk about stuff I absolutely love, adore, and very passionate about. So passionate that my testicles hurt. Putting Rush and AC/DC above Thin Lizzy was very, very difficult, and Rainbow as well. You know, Aerosmith too. I love that Aerosmith shit, but you know, I mean, I'm not gonna lose sleep over that because these bands are just too badass. Well, there you go. So if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and SHMACKEMAGOB. Bah! Bang, bang, pizza skulls.